welcome to Book Please Podcast. It's Alina here.
Hey guys, it's Amanda.
So we were not supposed to be here today originally.
Nope, because we have a special guest.
Yes, we have a special author guest, and I'm sorry if you guys are hearing these sirens. Some crazy shit is going.
They're looking for you.
They wanted to start up the sirens as soon as we hit record, and that's fine. I mean, if you want to be a guest on our show, that's fine. But yeah, we were not supposed to be here today. We have an amazing author guest episode dropping today, Nadine Stone, but we figured there was so much happening this week, so many things that we needed to talk about, that we would bless you guys with 2 episodes in one day.
Lucky you.
Honestly, I feel like I'm pulling a Taylor Swift double album surprise.
Of course you are. Of course.
This is probably what Taylor felt like when she announced that she had a double album coming on drop day.
I just hope our listeners are as excited.
I really would love to know, like, if our listeners are like Team Taylor or Team Amanda, and they're like, shut up, Alina, like, stop, drop, and roll. I can't listen to this anymore.
I'm sure there's people like me and there's people like you, so it's fine.
Yes, we have something for everyone. But let's just, okay, we are going to get into some tea and some things that have been going on. There was the Tom Brady roast. There was the Met Gala. We have some book to movie news to get into. So we had to do this episode for y'all. But you have to promise us that you're going to tune in at 12 to our amazing interview. So if you clicked on this one, you have to just click on the next one and listen, because I cannot even believe the story from the woman that we hear from today.
Oh, that book had me all in my feelings. The ups, the downs, the happy. It was just, it literally whirlwind of feelings.
So our author guest today is Nadine Stone, and she went on this unbelievable journey to find her birth mother. And just like a quick little backstory on this, like, her birth was never recorded. She was born in Canada in the 1950s. And basically what was happening at the time was, like, if you were a single mother or if you were giving birth out of wedlock, you were shamed for it. And you kind of gave up your baby to the church. And they, you know, under the table, like, gave it to a family who wanted a baby for a donation to the church.
Her life literally could be a movie.
Yeah. Truly. And that's not even her story. Like, it's one piece of her story. So she went on this journey to find her birth mother. Then she found herself, like, married to royalty on, like, a Caribbean island, like a big name who was, his family was very politically high up on this island. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't disclose the actual island name, like, out of respect for her now ex, but this was the craziest story. It took so many turns. She had a son with him and had the most grueling custody battle in the history of that country.
I know what she went through. She's just so strong. I cannot even imagine.
She went through that. She went through illness. She went through one of the biggest losses of her life. And it was so hard for her to even talk about that we couldn't discuss it on the podcast. You're just going to have to read about it in her book. It's called No Stone Unturned. But it's like, then after this crazy loss, it reignited her purpose. Like, at first she's like, I don't want to live anymore. And then she was like, I have to live in the name of those that aren't here. Mm-hmm. And she felt like she wanted to find her roots. And she went on that journey. She went back to school. She achieved her dreams, and she went on an impossible journey to, like, go find her birth parents and discover where she came from. And the ride is just unreal. And what an honor it was to speak with her.
Yes. Yeah.
I couldn't believe what I was reading, and then realizing that what I read was the person that we were speaking to. Mm-hmm. That was the craziest part for me. It was such a trip.
For me, it was also her, like, falling in love again and her partner being there through everything.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a phenomenal story. Like, I couldn't believe it.
And after everything she went through, and her first original partner, who was absolutely just insane. I mean, what a story. We'll put the link down to her book in this episode description as well. Mm-hmm. But catch that dropping at 12 today. Please check it out. Her story is just unbelievable.
Yes, please.
Now, why we're here. First of all, can we just talk about for a quick second, like, you were telling me that you're a lefty when we got here because you put your little tumbler on that side. But I didn't know this about you, and I feel like I'm looking at you like you're supposed to be my sister, and I don't know that you're a lefty.
Well, because if I think about it, I don't really like write or anything. If we are together, it's on a computer. Like, how can you tell really
Yeah.
someone's lefty?
When you open a fridge, does it like smack you?
No, and now you're making me wonder.
Yeah, like it doesn't.
No.
And when you're writing on a notebook, like isn't the binding in the way? Like how does that work?
So I turn it so it's like straight
Yeah.
for me. So I adjust it.
My question is to like my boyfriend's lefty too, but like I have a theory. So I just need to ask you, like, do you do anything with your right hand?
When I was younger, I wanted to be a righty so bad because there were so many. But now
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, maybe I write sloppy because I'm lefty, but I think it's just me. But like when Guitar Hero and Rock Band was a thing, I used to play the guitar, but I can't do it like as a lefty. I have to do it as a righty.
Yeah.
And even like, I would say like I would even like playing softball. I wanted to like bat like a righty, but I had to bat as a lefty. Finding a glove. Like there's so many things that it was such a struggle, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm unique.
That's really cute. Actually, you're one of the outliers because I always find that people that I know that are lefties are like, they blur the lines and they make me think like, are you really a lefty? Because like, I know that's horrible or controversial, but like my boyfriend literally will do half the things with his right hand. And I'm like, you're a fraud. But I do find that lefties can do things with both hands. My left hand is completely dead to me. Like, not ask me to catch anything, write anything, do anything. It's completely dead to me. But I'm like, you can use both hands, and I think you're a fraud. Like, you're supposed to be using your right.
I can't write with my right. It's
really?
Just, I tried. I was like, maybe I could just learn to do it and become a righty, but no.
Oh,
I'm a lefty. Now I'm proud.
Okay, no, that really helps me. It gives me closure because I literally am like, you're supposed to be a righty, and you just veered. And then because every lefty I know is like, it's because I'm hating because they're gifted, because they're like, oh, I can do this with both hands. And I'm like, well, my left hand is not attached to me.
Justice for
it's
lefties.
A prop. My left hand is a prop. It doesn't do anything. Literally, it's so awkward. I don't know her.
That's how I feel.
No idea who this bitch is. Like, I'm so thankful for my hands. Thank you, God, you gave me both. But I'm just saying, like, she's good for nothing.
Okay, so like when you get married, it's like on your left hand?
Oh, yes.
So I'm wondering if that's a thing because most people are righties and you don't need to do much with your left hand, that it's like, so now I'm like, that's not fair to us because we use our left hand a lot, so our ring has to be on that side.
Oh my gosh, that's actually so true. Well, if it makes you feel better, in the Greek culture, they wear it on the right hand.
Oh.
I will not be doing that because I want everybody in America when I'm engaged to know that I'm fucking engaged and not question it.
So funny.
I'm gonna be like, no, I waited my whole life for this shit. It's going down my left hand while I'm here in the US. But yeah, in different cultures, I guess maybe it's different.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like even last names. Like I know people in Europe, like some people don't take their spouse's last name. It's kind of like the parents. It's like a whole thing. I don't know. Everyone's different.
Yeah, I'm taking my spouse's last name also.
Same.
Because love the Greek.
Is that a
last
Greek
name.
thing? Do you guys take your parents, like both of them?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. I know in Spain
no.
it's like a thing.
No, unless it's like modernized or something. I don't know, and people are like yelling at the screen right now, but not that I know of. However, I have had a great time with this very, very long last name, and I'm ready to part ways with it for sure.
I love your last name, though.
Thanks.
It's your roots.
Yes, it is. I am proud of that. And I love how when people hear it, they're like, oh, you're Greek. And I'm like, oh, forget it. Yes, I am. I'm very Greek. Yes, I am. If you couldn't tell by my face, but that's fine. So why we're here today is Met Gala Monday just happened. We have a lot to discuss about this. And I find these especially fun because we usually aren't like too aligned on things, but I feel like maybe after this Met, like we might be more in tune than we think.
I'll let you know when you tell me who your favorites are.
I heard you. Do you want me to throw one out real
I mean,
quick?
we might as well talk about the one everyone's talking about.
Okay, yes. Well, let me just give a quick synopsis. So, like, obviously the Met Gala is like essentially a fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum in New York. And what they're doing is they have these big exhibitions in the museum and they model the theme of the year based off of like things that the theme is that night at the Met, the new exhibition. So there was an exhibition on Monday called Sleeping Beauties. And it's not the sense of like, oh, Disney princess. But what it means is these pieces of art, like these dresses that over time, over the past 400 years of history, different pieces of art, of clothing rather, and gowns that are so fragile over the history of fashion that like they can never be worn again. Like there are pieces in there that are like hung up so delicately or even recreated by AI because they're so fragile that they can't stand and be hung. And it's kind of like a gala of like the history of dresses over time. So Sleeping Beauties is like these old things resurrected and like awoken and brought now to light. So like, you know, all the celebs will go through and see all these crazy pieces over time. And so the theme was Gardens of Time. So you're going to see a lot of florals and botanicals because Gardens of Time, but you're also going to see a lot of like old time pieces and things that represent the element of time.
Yeah, I wouldn't know any. I feel like this has been around forever, and this is the first time I know like the significance of it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Here, that's what I'm here for.
Listen, guys, I am the ratchet friend. No. I'm the one that like you're like, oh, are you watching this? Or like, I'm like, no, I'm not.
Amanda
the Oscars, no.
She'll be funny and she'll supply the turned commentary, and I'll just sit there and look like the idiot that I am. Like, yes, no, this is what it is.
You know, this is. I feel like you know all the mainstream stuff, and I'm like,
I am a mainstream.
I'm like, oh,
it's embarrassing.
I love everything on Zeus.
She's a Zeus Network queen, and you know what? I applaud you for it. And here we are, an E girly and a Zeus Network girly, and we can meet in the middle at Bravo.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Perfect.
You keep me grounded.
Next week we're recapping Jersey Housewives, so everybody catch up.
Yes, that I watch too. I'm a Bravo girl.
Yeah. We'll get into Teresa and Melissa next week. Like, can't wait for that. But back to the Met. So definitely one of my favorite looks of the night was Tyla.
Tyla looked amazing.
Oh,
beautiful. Chef's kiss. Like, if there's awards to be won, can you win an award? Is that how that works?
I don't know, but you get kind of, so basically the Met is fashion's biggest night. And if you're on the best dress list, like you should feel honored.
Everything from her, like little sand thing.
The hourglass.
I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yes.
Yeah. I was just like, wow.
It was like a little
They did
purse.
such a good job.
So basically the elements that you see that are like that in very muted colors were representative of the sands of time. That's how she interpreted the theme. So that's what it has to do with. This outfit was, bitch had to be carried up
I know.
steps.
She couldn't walk.
And that's how you do the Met. She's like, carry me, because she did it right. Like, you're wearing art. This is not like I'm going to go wear a gown
so she
to a red
step
carpet.
Up,
no,
kind of
correct.
Okay.
It was like sculpted on her. It's like hardened. It's actual sand, like molded onto her body. And that's a commitment because, honey, you can't pee. You can't do anything. And again, can you sit? Nobody knows. But you know what? She got carried and she did it, and she looked breathtaking.
The best. Like, it's so unique. It's so different. I even think it goes with her popular song Water, like, you know, water and sand. Like,
somebody said that to her in an interview, and they were like, oh, are you going to put water on that? Like, what happens? Like, I was like, oh,
that's
my God, you
signature
corny.
thing with the water, yeah. But she looked
corny,
beautiful.
Cute.
Definitely the best.
Couldn't. So she's your best dressed.
She's by far best. Yeah.
Beyond my breath was taken away when I saw that. You know who was a surprise sleigh for me? I wouldn't say my best dressed at all, but who gave me I literally wrote down Mindy Kaling surprise sleigh. Oh, did you see her outfit?
No, what'd she wear?
Okay, she wore this outfit, and it was like it was a lot happening, but I just thought I was just, you know what? So pleasantly surprised. So it was like, let me see if I can show you.
So it was good.
It was good. Yeah. Like I was like, wow, Mindy.
Oh, the thing with the hair. Oh yeah, that thing was all over social.
Yeah, it was really wild.
I feel like the back is what I mostly saw on social media.
Yes. And I was like, okay, Mindy, like, you know what it was? She was embodying art.
It was different, yeah, for sure.
But I wasn't like, okay, I love this.
It's giving me like dog vibes.
But
like long-haired dogs. You know, like what are those dogs with the long hair? What are those called? The ones that look like people.
Oh, I don't know what those are called, but I know what
you know what I'm talking about. The skinny ones that have like the long hair. They're so cute. So for me, I thought Taylor Russell, we both agreed on, like
beyond.
I can't even describe it. It's like marbly, like arts, like kind
it's
of
like a body cast.
Yes, a body cast. And even the bottom part looks very like like Roman, like that.
Yes, it was
just
beyond
beautiful. She looked amazing.
Let me just say something about my girl Ariana Grande. She put some hair in last night. So proud. She performed beyond amazing. She looks like a little baby angel. I'm not mad at it. Would I say she's my best dressed?
Yeah.
No. But would I say she looked like a sweet, pretty little angelic fairy? Farrah was in the room with us. She looked cute. And when she performed, why are you such a hater? Everybody can witness it. The biggest, my biggest hater is my best friend.
I just feel like she didn't deserve to be mentioned.
No, I had to mention her because I love her.
Love her. Okay, that's different.
That's like if Natalie Nunn came on and you love Zeus, you're going to talk about Natalie.
I love Natalie Nunn. Cringe.
Who do you love from Baddies?
No, I feel like it's one of those things that I watch and I'm just like, is this real life?
Yeah.
Is this what people wake up and do?
Yes.
So it's like.
There's no way they do that. And if they do, oh, Lord.
Which is funny because Danny's like, how do you watch this stuff? I'm like,
yeah.
You don't understand. Like, I don't have drama in my life, so I need to see it in other people's lives.
We're going to bring my friend Jackie on the pod just solely so that you guys can recap Baddies together. And then I'll just sit here.
I'm worried she may love everyone. I'd be like, what?
She honestly probably does. I'm going to be real with you.
So for me, I just want to mention people that didn't look bad,
right?
But I thought like could have been better.
Go ahead.
So J-Lo looked beautiful. I thought nothing special. Camila Cabello, same thing. I thought like she looked good, but also nothing that, kind of was like, wow.
J-Lo, okay. The thing is, when I saw J-Lo, yes, do you look beautiful? Of course you do. And you're glowing and you're stunning. Bitch, you've worn that dress at every carpet. It is the same thing that she does. And I literally said this to my mom. I go, Mom, what color do you think she's wearing? And it's like, you get one of two guesses. She's like, the green or the gold. And it's like, literally, it's this gold sequin shit that she always does. And I'm like, I just need you to be in something else one time. You look beautiful. You're stunning. She's like 50 years old. Yeah. Bitch, you are amazing. Wear anything. You can wear anything. Take a bold step in a different direction. You know what I mean? Like, she needs to have that moment.
I hate to say this, but Kim looked good too. But like, I would say, I would say also like not crazy something special, but I do feel like she does.
The Met is her thing. She looked stunning. She does this commitment. She always does a corset that she's like, I know that once I put this on, I'll take my last breath. I won't be able to go to the bathroom. Like, she's sucked and tucked in there. She doesn't eat for a while to get in those things. She is doing the most and she commits.
It's borderline unhealthy.
It is unhealthy. It is unhealthy, but she looked phenomenal. And the story behind her look is, it was kind of like this, and if you see the little chains, they're like little like leaves and stuff. Her story was, and you saw that she had a little sweater, and some people were like, I'm not sure if I liked it. I actually really liked it. And what her story was, it's supposed to be like you're in the garden and you throw on a little shawl and you're like walking through the garden.
It cracks me up that you know these things.
And then if you see the back of her hair, it's like almost like a loose braid. It's just like tied at the very, very end. And Chris Appleton did her hair, and he said, I did it the very last minute because I didn't want it to look like it was too put together. Like, she's been out in the garden, her braid is falling out, like it was an effortless hair, and it was the perfect story in an outfit, I thought.
I'll give it to her.
Yeah. She looked good, and her hair looked good, and they did that in like 3 sessions, and I just want to know how they do that to the hair, because how is your hair not orange? Like, OMG.
I'm telling you.
I don't know how it's magic because you have black dye in your hair.
I think it's magic she fits into that corset.
I know it is. Who is, I want to say the guy who does her corsets that's like insane. I can't remember right now.
I just want to know where the rest of her body goes.
Oh, girl, I know. Do you know how many things are under there getting her in there and tying her in? She's like, she knows it. She literally says, I'm going to take my last pee and I'm going to take my last breath and I won't eat until I'm out of this.
The things people do. Meanwhile, I'm like, bitch, I'm dressing comfy.
Yeah.
Anywhere I go.
Yeah. Here I am in my crew necks every week. Catch me in these. Yeah. No, you look cute.
I tried a little for you today.
You look really cute and I am jelly.
No, I feel like I had to try because it's like an extra episode kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me know.
I didn't get the memo. Normally, like, we talk about these things. Like, we're going to be bums together. We're going to look cute together. And, like, now I look like a bum and you look cute. And
you always look cute.
Sad. Well, thank you.
Rock anything.
Let's get to our worst dressed of the night.
Okay, you go first.
Okay.
Don't say mine.
I don't know who yours are. Like, how do I know? My worst dressed there are two that come to mind off the bat. One is Rita Ora, because what were you doing? You were naked. You looked like you were wearing tinsel. It was uncomfy to watch.
Yeah.
Girl,
Cringe.
and you have a great body. Like, you could be in anything. And that was just, like, there's a way to be, like, so damn sexy and even somewhat half naked.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do they, I know they work with designers. Do they have the option to help? Like, or is it like, this is what you're wearing and that's that kind of thing?
Oh, it's a collaboration.
It is a collab.
100%.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, maybe some of these people have no choice. Because I'm just like, you chose.
No.
Yeah, okay.
This is together.
Got it.
I mean, of course, like, if they're trusting the experts, like, it's on them. But, like, they're not assigned by any means.
Okay, so now I feel better.
Yeah.
Knocking some people.
That's, go rip them up. The other one was Lizzo. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Absolutely not Lizzo. And also, like, people were like, isn't she canceled? Like, what is she doing? Do you know, like, she's in some hot legal water. So it was a weird time for Lizzo. And they're very exclusive with their guest list at the Met. So
maybe she was, like, trying to not outdo herself.
Did you see her headpiece? She was like, bitch is here.
She's like, I'll let someone else be the best.
She's like, in case you didn't see me, I have 10 more feet above my head. I was like, ma'am.
Okay, my two, I would say the first is going to be Doja.
Oof, you know I don't like Doja, so
she
okay.
looked like she jumped in a pool and then came over with that white T-shirt on. I just, it wasn't.
On top of it, the makeup. She had this stuff going down her face.
I feel like she never hitting it for me. Never.
Do you know what she said about her outfit? She said, for me, cotton is also a flower. So I figured I would wear a cotton T-shirt. She's like, I'm very wet. It's all gel. And she's like holding her titties. Like, her nips are out. She's doing this interview like covering herself. And it just was so uncomfortable.
You know who I think she should date?
Ooh, tell me.
I think her and Kanye would be a...
Oh, wow.
Their fashion styles are...
OMG. Yeah, she'll have no issue. That's one thing I want to know about Kanye's wife, Bianca. Like, blink twice if you need help.
Oh, he's married.
Blink twice if you need help.
Oh, I didn't know he was married. I know he's always posting that girl, but I didn't know they were married.
No, they're married. And I wonder, she's from Australia, and I wonder if her family's like, we lost her overseas. Like, she's gone. We will never see Bianca again. Like, I'm just like, what is her family? Oh, there she goes again with her butt crack. Like,
the things he posts of her, I'm just like.
I look at her sometimes, and I'm like, are you ever allowed to sit at home in a sweatshirt?
Maybe,
no, really.
Maybe she likes to.
She's like, let me tape the titty, and you walk outside and you put these weird elf shoes on and go, baby.
See,
go.
This is my thing. I think Doja would be down for that. Like, she's just like, I do this
Doja
on the daily.
She's a devil bitch, though. They would never work.
Oh, he's a God.
He's a devout Christian, and she's a satanic hoe.
That's true.
She loves
opposites attract.
The devil.
Well, she needs to find Jesus, so maybe they should still.
Speaking of the devil, actually, really quickly, because Lil Nas X was a little bit controversial for his like devil music video. It just reminded me. He had a great look last night. He almost transitioned from like costume to like fashion. Because he usually, it's like you went from like those weird Gaga moments to now actually having like a power suit that was like fashion. And I was like, you look amazing. And he bleached his hair with the look. And I was a fan, actually. I was a big fan of his look last night.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't really mention any men, so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if anyone stuck out to me.
Who's on your worst dress?
I love my girl Zendaya, but
oh, okay.
I don't know what was going on. It was giving me like Cinderella, like one of the evil sisters. Like, it was giving me.
No, Zendaya kills a carpet. She's a fashion icon. I've never seen her in a bad look, and I appreciated that her outfit was definitely art. But for me, it was giving Halloween. It was giving Tim Burton. It was like Tim Burton films, Corpse Bride, like Halloween.
Yeah, not like a walk in the garden.
Definitely the walk in the garden and the tornado hit. That's what happened to Zendaya. Do you know that she is the first, and she was a co-host actually of the evening, which is a big honor. she did an outfit change, which is like never been done before. She went up and then there was a dressing room for her at the top and then she came back around and her second outfit still was not it. So she had 2 chances to
Now I'm wondering which outfit I'm talking about.
You're talking about the main outfit.
The main outfit, yeah. I wasn't doing it.
There was a second one where she came up at the end and her head was like in a bouquet of flowers, but it was black. Everything was black and then there were just like colored flowers on her head.
Maybe she has a
and
new
the makeup
movie
wasn't
coming out.
Oh, hold on. She was just in the Challengers. It has nothing to do with her movie.
Okay.
But, I mean, in my opinion, it didn't look like anything like her movie. But I did see the movie. Very uncomfy to watch because it was a great movie. The film was so well done. But the plot, I was like, am I supposed to be rooting for any of this right now? It was a lot. If anyone has seen the Challengers, please, I don't want to ruin it for people, but it was kind of like one girl and 2 friends, and I'll leave it at that. And it was just a big hot mess. And she was married to one, and there was just a whole lot going on. So I didn't know what I was like, where is this story going to make sense? Like, I felt like at one point they were going to be like, okay, now I get why this happened. There was never that moment for me, to be honest.
Sounds like something I want to watch.
Yeah. Please, we can dissect it.
Did it come out already?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, cool. I'll watch it.
Yes. So please let me know. Who else do you have?
I would say that's not like the worst, but I expected more from Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney, yes. I just thought it was
Okay. I will say she did something different, so I applaud it.
Okay.
And I think that this is the time to take risks and to do something fun and different.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, fine. Was I like, oh my God, Sydney Sweeney? No. You know what was, you would appreciate this. Lana Del Rey, I don't know if you saw her.
Yes.
She did and she's got this big thing on her head.
I kind of liked it.
It was cute and it was foresty, right? But the funny part to me was like, I was like, that's kind of a sleigh, okay? Then I saw her next to Kim Kardashian doing an interview and she's like this and Kim is going like stuck in her head because every time Lana turns, she's about to smack her. Oh, and I was like, everyone in the comments was like, just hit her.
Yeah, no, that's me. That's me.
No,
I'm like, damn, she didn't whack her.
It was close. It was so very close. I think she might have grazed her a couple times.
Kim's like, you know how long I took this hit?
Kim was like, are you
not long.
A bitch? I really want to know like what Kim would do, but she keeps it classy for the camera.
She would have ate it like she did all those jokes that got roasted at her.
Yes, Kim is a PR machine and she knows how to handle everything, every situation. She knows how to answer any question. She's like, that's her like. She was born to do this. I was
gonna say when you've been on TV since you were like 16, how do you not?
Yeah, but her sisters aren't all like that. Like she is, and she knows exactly how to handle everything with grace in the right way. And she knows also how to like, for a brand or a shoot or whatever, she'll do whatever.
Damn, I'm feeling like you're not Team Taylor right now.
I'm not. I'm both.
I'm kidding.
I'm Team Woman. Okay, I love my girl Tay, and I think she was wrong for that. But I'm not going to hate everything.
No one's
a person
perfect.
Does right. So yeah, we can get into the Tom Brady roast.
Love me some Tom Brady.
OMG, he was looking fine on that roast.
Oh my God, but some of the jokes about his Botox.
I know, we need to talk about this. Okay, so Tom Brady got roasted and he was given a lot of kudos because you know what? Everybody has really turned soft these days and everybody's canceled and everybody's this, that, and the other. And he was like, no, I want to roast. So like, first of all, props to you, Tom, for being like, I actually want to do this because this was a lot more popular for like people who like had their, you know, big retirement or major moment or whatever it was. Like you're honoring that person and their legacy. And he was like, here for it. And I feel like we haven't had a good roast in a while. And I am like, damn, props to you for signing up for this.
There were so many good ones.
I found it insane. Like, I know what a roast is, but the things that were not off the table were insane.
I expect that. I feel like you know they're going to go in on his wife with the new karate person that she's with. You knew they were going to go in on like some of his football cast, like Aaron Hernandez, like him being a cheater, like all those things, like with the football.
But I didn't know that they were going to go in on Aaron Hernandez. Like that to me.
Well, they were friends.
But this went so deep. So basically, I totally get it that it's a roast, but Aaron Hernandez is a former Patriot who was jailed for murder and hung himself in jail, like killed himself. Okay. they were making hanging jokes, suicide jokes, everything. And I was like, honestly, I was here for the whole night. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be like, this is what this is for, and just enjoy it. And everyone's laughing. And it was so funny. And it was refreshing.
Yeah,
but
I feel like you can't be sensitive going into it. Like, if you're sensitive, you can't watch it.
I was just shocked that they went to so many Aaron Hernandez jokes, down to even Julian Edelman, like a former teammate, like was literally in on those. He went in, and Aaron Hernandez's wife or whatever she was, mother of his only child, spoke out. And I was like, bitch, just, this is not for you to hear. But she was like, it's sad. It's like a cruel world that my kids have to grow up in.
I do feel bad, like his kids have to.
Yeah.
He has one kid, I think.
One kid.
Yeah, a daughter.
And she has multiple, I think, or two.
So it is sad to, like, I mean, but she's not blinded to what had happened. I'm sure she knows what happened with her dad. Like, it's not, but yeah, if that was my dad, I probably wouldn't watch it, kind of thing. But I would say for sure some of the jokes were just,
She spoke out to TMZ, the mom, the wife, I guess, girlfriend, fiance. I'm not sure. Okay. And she was like, it's sad because now my daughter's 11. She's going to start seeing things come up, and she thinks her dad was her hero. So this girl's apparently oblivious, but her dad made choices, and this is the consequences of his actions.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's one of those things where, like, you literally, you can't be soft
her.
And like, and exactly, you can't shield her. Like, that's going to be something she unfortunately has to deal with the rest of her life.
Yeah.
But she shouldn't let it, I would just, like, move on, be happy, live life. Yes. No one's, it's just like your past. Like, people have passed, but you just got to learn from it and move on. That's it.
Well, the Giselle jokes were.
Oh, those had me dead.
I love when they always cut to Tom, and he was
handled
a
it well.
Sport.
Some of those I would have been like, say that shit again.
Yo, that was really something.
My favorite was when, I don't remember who said it, but they were like, one of the Mannings. Who was it? Was Peyton on it? One of the Mannings was on it, and he was saying...
It wasn't Eli, so I don't know if I saw that part, but...
So he was saying, like...
Peyton Manning was on?
Yeah, so he was basically saying, like, you're one of the best, but, like, I feel like there's a few things you can learn from me. He's like, I just celebrated a 27th wedding anniversary yesterday. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, God.
I am absolutely dead. OMG. That was really... A lot of them said these things. And there was something that I didn't know that I learned, that they kept taking shots at Tom for. Apparently, when he got together with Giselle, and maybe I was just like too young to be on the pop culture train that I'm on now, but he had been dating actress Bridget Moynihan at the time when he, went off in the sunset with Giselle back in the day, many years ago. And that woman, Bridget Moynihan, was pregnant with his child when he left her.
They were making.
So they made a lot of jabs at him for that, like saying that, he... like a lot of things that he can do right, but the one thing like he couldn't do was like stay with the family or something, stay with kids. Like there were just a lot of shots like that, and a lot taking aim at, the fact that Giselle went off with the jiu-jitsu instructor.
And that she's still a wipeout even though she practiced with him like 8 times a day.
I am absolutely dead at all those jokes. They were sending me. Nikki Glazer, the comedian,
hysterical.
She won the night.
100%.
She was incredible.
She went in on Kevin Hart, his height, like everything.
Yes. Kevin Hart was an amazing host of the night. He was so funny, and she said the best things about him. And she was like, I love when she was like, oh yeah, he works so hard on his movies, like, or shall I say short films, like just all her little things. She was so quick with it. It's
She's so witty.
So much of a roast is the joke, but it's also the delivery. And who I think got it wrong was Randy Moss. He's not a comedian, so we'll let it slide. He was a teammate, but he kept going and ruminating and being like, oh, you owe me a ring. Are you going to give me a ring? Are you going to give me okay, all right. You didn't get a Super Bowl ring with Tom, and he has 7 or whatever, however many. And so he just kept going in, and I was like, okay, it's overplayed. Like, it's not funny anymore. And then he said, like, or you could give me Giselle's. But, like, it was just the way he didn't sell it that I was like.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people went on like the ring thing. They're like, oh, you have 7. Well, technically 8 because Giselle gave hers back.
Yes, a lot of people. Then that's also the thing too. Order is important because if your joke has been told, like we're over the joke already. So that's the other thing. Julian Edelman, another teammate, hysterical. He went really in, and he even brought up like Hamas and Jewish jokes because he's Jewish. And I was like, whoa, like this man, he brought up Aaron Hernandez, like his own teammate. I was like, whoa, he went in. And I mean, he was committed to a roast.
That's
for
what he's
sure.
there for. I loved this part.
I know.
When Kim
I'm waiting
K
for you to
got
say it.
booed, I was here for it. And then and like you said, she does handle things well because they're booing her, and she's like, "Really, guys?" Like,
yes, she will always handle things right. And with Grace, Kevin Hart came up and was like, "Guys, like, chill." And what I loved about Kim is she's always going to take on these things that are like, she wants to be like, I want to prove that like I can do the unexpected. Like, this is why she took on SNL, things like that. She's like, I just want to do it. Like, just say that I can do it. And so she's not going to back down from the shit. There were jokes about like her, or rumors about her with Tom Brady. She like leaned in. What I thought that she did so well in her roast was that she roasted herself.
Yeah.
Like
her family.
She was in on the joke. Like she really roasted herself more than she roasted Tom. Like she went in about Bruce and his transition. It was good. She
did pretty good, yeah.
I know you hate to say it. I just thought she did good.
No, I feel like for like, if it was me and I was getting booed, I'd be so flustered. I'd be like, I can't fucking do this. And the fact that she still went through with it, I was like, good for her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You literally can't knock her down.
Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, you have to keep going.
She rises above.
One of her lines, though, was iconic when she left at the end. I have it written down. Because,
is it the OJ one?
No. But that was so funny because she said, like, you know, that about her family defending, enough of her family members have defended former football players, AKA OJ. And you know, they've all dated.
Okay,
like,
I know you didn't like, I mean, I'm going to assume you didn't like this part, but when Tom said to her, like, I know it was really hard for you to be here because Connie has to watch the kids.
That was so, no, I like that part.
Oh, you did?
I'm here for that joke. No. I like roast everybody.
Okay.
I thought that was hysterical. I think the booing was in poor taste, but I think that the roast her. She's fair game.
The booing just shows like T Swift is freaking everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, people will go to bat for T Swift no matter where you are. I like that. I'm surprised that happened there.
But I would say that I think that they're all, because this is like not Kim's element. And I heard I was listening to something, I forget where I heard it, but they were saying like, you know, when you take like a reality star and she's like this big person, you put her somewhere random or like at an A-list event and it's like uncomfy and weird. Like Kim is now at this like sporting event and it's like roll your eyes. That's kind of what happens with Taylor. Look at Taylor, like this amazing pop star that people idolize, but you put her at an NFL game and everyone's like, get her off the screen. Like, it's just, that's what's happening.
Yeah, I feel like,
you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter where you are. People are always going to.
Yeah.
I did like when Nikki was like, you know, I wasn't really into football till Taylor made it relevant. Like,
yes,
you know,
that was really funny. She's like, Taylor said I could. So I was like, yeah, Nikki, I love you, queen. But she was so funny. And she made that joke about her boyfriend being there. She's like, listen, like Tom, she was saying Tom is so hot, this, that, the other. She was like, but I will say, like, I know people are going to make jokes about me being this, that, and the other, but like, I am in a 10-year relationship with the love of my life. He is the best, like, said all this shit. And she's like, but I would hit you with a bat and this, that, the other to be able to give this man head. And I was like, bitch.
She's hysterical. And she's like naturally funny. I feel like she doesn't have to try.
No.
Like, even with the crypto thing with Tom.
Oh my God, that was so funny because Tom lost like basically so much of his fortune to a crypto fraud. Like, how stupid are you, bro? Honestly, though. Oh my God. Wait, but the line that Kim said when she was getting off stage that I had written down, she said, I'll give you the same advice I give all my exes. Good luck knowing the best is behind you. And I was like, ooh. Queen energy. I was like, that is funny because she did roast her whole ass family the whole time.
No, I thought it was a pretty good roast. I was surprised how long it was. When I started watching, I was like, wait, time out.
Yeah, no, it was good. And then did you see Ron Burgundy, Will Ferrell dressed up as Ron Burgundy, yes. Bill Belichick? That was a huge moment to have the coach go up. He was good. He showed some personality. He was good. And I feel like he let loose after because then he was like, joking around when Gronk got up and he was like, don't do that joke. And he was like throwing the flag and blowing a whistle. I was like, you're proud of yourself.
It was the shots for me. I was like, oh, look at them go.
That was really fun. That roast. It's on Netflix, guys. If you didn't see it, it was so good. Do you have any other like moments from that?
It's just so fun. You guys need to go watch.
Yeah. Would you ever get roasted? Like, for real, for real.
I think I'm too sensitive. I think I'd like want to knock someone out if they like said something I didn't like.
I love how this is exactly our personalities, because you're like, I don't want to get roasted because I will hit a bitch.
Yes.
I don't want to get roasted because I'm going to cry. Like,
no, I'm going to cry, but then I'm going to kill you.
Yes.
Cry, then kill you.
Okay, appropriate.
Cry while I'm killing you.
Appropriate order, yes. I would be a baby, and
kill is a strong word. I would key your car.
She's like, let's dial this back in case it's on record.
I don't want YouTube to be like, we gotta cut out this.
This is on record. I think also, like, anything about me, I can handle most things, but if it has to do with my appearance, I will be dead.
Oh, if it has to do with my family, I'm like, we're fighting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. The performers, this is why my head didn't really go there, but the performers all kind of came to the conclusion together to not talk about his kids. So that was like it's not like he set any boundaries, but they all kind of said, like, kids are off limits.
Kids
We're not
always
mentioning
should be off limits.
100%. So they were like, we shouldn't be. Which brings me to the quick note about the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. Bringing in kids, that much of kids and family is uncomfy.
Oh, 100%. I think kids should be off limit. Even like, if the father of my kid also is off limits, because, you know, like, even like, I think even like the Giselle stuff was funny, but that's still the mother of my kids.
Yeah.
So it's like,
you could tell he was like trying so hard not to react.
Yeah, he did handle it well.
Yeah. But so I guess we're not doing any roasts anytime soon.
No.
I will not be.
Watch people start roasting us in the comments.
They
be
will.
Like, block.
Yeah, we delete. Like, we know. Like, it's fine. And we're just going to be Delulu over here.
We could talk about the Drake and Kendrick this thing going on.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I only know about it because my boyfriend's making me listen to it.
No, for sure. It's like, oh, this one came first, and then this one, and then this is what he said back. And listen, Drake, yes, okay, you're a performer, this, that. Kendrick Lamar is a fucking rapper.
Yeah.
He's a rapper.
And I thought he was killing it. Like, I'm not knocking Drake, but I do think, like, you see the difference. Like, it's like night and day.
He's a lyrical genius. His flow is unbelievable. It evolved how many times in one song? It's like you're listening to multiple. It was like, this was like a piece of art, and it was a diss track. That's what was so crazy. And you know what else? In one of his songs, I saw this like breakdown on TikTok. He's using only white keys. You know how on a piano you can play the black and the white? He's only using white keys throughout the entire song in another layer dissing Drake and calling him white.
They go in about Drake and ghostwriters. Like, I'm telling you.
And you know what? Drake can't keep up. He can't.
Yeah. And I feel like I listen to Drake and I'm just like, boring. Yeah. I'm like, oh, Kendrick said that. Some
of them surprised me, and I was like, okay, Drake, like, and some of the music was good, and I'm not gonna say it wasn't good. Like, I was like, oh shit, you know what, he surprised me, he did good, but it's just not on the same level. But I will say that Kendrick was a little, like, I was like, he said like basically a letter to Drake's son. Like, he was talking directly to his son, and he's like, I'll be your dad, like, let me show you right from wrong, and all this shit. And I was like, oh.
But honestly, like, when you get into these battles, like, everything, I feel like if you want to go hard, they're gonna attack everything. Yeah. Me personally, I ain't going back and forth with no one. No. You ain't hurting my feelings. Yes. I ain't keying your car, so I'm just gonna let you have it. Yes. I'm not arguing back with you. I'm just very dismissive. Whereas, like, they're like, oh word. Yeah.
It's crazy to me. I mean, whatever, that's what they signed up for, and you know what? It's making them a lot of money. So
yeah. And if you're Team Drake, I don't know rappers like people know rappers, but based on what I heard, I think Kendrick is very lyrical.
Yes. And I actually saw him live, and he's just unbelievable. It's like, do you breathe when you're performing or not? Unclear. But yeah, amazing. We should get into one last thing, which is some book news that I'm really excited about. Colleen Hoover's book, Verity, is now being made into a movie. It was picked up by Amazon, and they're going to produce this. I can't believe you haven't read this.
I was just going to say, I haven't read it, but I'm going to read it before it comes out. I feel like I have to. I just feel like it was so mainstream, and then I'm I'm one of those people where like I go on Goodreads and if it has less than 4 stars, I won't read it.
You're hilarious.
So I read a few bad reviews and I'm like, skirt, nope, done.
You're hilarious. I know, I hear you, but like 4 stars, I mean, even 3 stars it's decent. Like
3 stars, I ain't reading it.
Oh my God, I'm dead. Okay.
Unless like you force me or if it's part of like
You're like, if we have to read it for the podcast, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I mean, look, I was just shocked because you being a thriller girly and this being a very big thriller book, it's like I feel like if you're into thrillers, you have heard of like the main books, which are like The Housemaid and Verity.
Yep. Yeah, I've heard of it. And I feel like with Colleen Hoover, like, you know, I've read her love books and I'm just like, not to be like, but I love is like her. That's what I like about her. You know, I'm not going to pick up a Colleen Hoover book and think like thriller, you know, because I think of like Freida McFadden or like someone else. Yeah.
I actually, that makes perfect sense. I would love to hear your take on Verity. For me personally,
would you?
I enjoyed the book. I think I kind of predicted what the ending was, but, and I liked the story. People love the story. So I think hearing that made me like have such high expectations.
That's how I feel.
So it ruined it a little bit. But I think the part that was hard for me, did I like the book and love the book? Yeah, sure. It was a great book. Like,
something like 5 stars?
But no, I wouldn't give it 5.
Okay.
But I would say it was a great book, and especially for people who love thrillers.
Okay.
There was a part for me throughout the book where there was like some kind of like gory or like dark shit about this woman's kids, like these thoughts that she would have and things and like of that nature that made me super uncomfortable. And people who have read it will understand what I'm talking about. But those things, to me, I was really surprised that people, especially some friends that I know that have babies, that I was like, you loved this book? Like, it was hard for me.
That sounds amazing to me. I love a sick mind.
Oh, I was like, this is fucking a little too sick for me.
Oh,
really? Okay, you
I
should
love
read
sick.
it. And can you believe we're talking about Colleen Hoover?
Sick. I don't like Saltburn sick, but I like.
No, it wasn't like rapey, but I was like, what? Like, I'll just tell you one little part of like this woman, like, kind of like feeding her baby and like kind of like choking the baby, like putting her fingers on the baby's throat, like saying some shit, and I'm like, OMG, like. There was some shit about the kids, and I was like, this, for me, is a little
think
too
Colleen
far.
was like, I'm too lovey. Let me go.
Can you believe this is Colleen? It was
No.
darker shit than Freida. I was like, what on earth in heaven, hallowed be thy name? But anyways, yeah, so we'll see. And also, It Ends With Us it's coming out in August, and they dropped some more pictures from the film. And I think they did that intentionally because they don't look as crazy as the first impression that we got of the film.
Yes, when they were like filming, people were taking pictures, and I was just like, what the hell is that raggedy ass outfit she has on?
Yeah, like you had freaking Blake Lively looking like Raggedy Ann. You had her looking like Brave. You had her looking like Miss Frizzle. You did. You did that. That's what y'all did to Blake Lively. How hard is that to do, Very?
I am dead. Do you ever, I feel like I have never watched a movie or a show and it like lived up to the book. And I feel like I will always be disappointed. Like I set such high expectations when a book becomes a movie.
Yes.
I've never read the Harry Potter series, so I feel like I've only watched movies, but I feel like that's maybe something I would have thought was done well. But then again, I feel like maybe I would have read the books. I'm like, books were so much better.
But I will say this. I think technology's gotten better. I think like they know which movies or books rather to give good budgets to. Like it's not going to be like Twilight for me was the biggest fail and embarrassment. If you watch it, you can literally see like Taylor Lautner as Jacob with like clip-ins stuck to his head. It's supposed to be his long hair. It's like you could see the clips on his fucking head. He's supposed to be Jacob. And then you see the progression like, oh shit, this took off. Let's get some more money in there. And then everything looks better.
Yes, it did get better.
So it took time. And I think that for these, they know like this is the hot book. And I think they'll give it good treatment. They have great cast in there.
Great casting. Yeah, I'm not that disappointed with the casting.
Yeah, and the photos gave me hope. I was like, you know what? Let me go into this with an open mind because I think I'll be pleasantly surprised. Like the bar is already low for us. So I think that we'll be decently happy with it.
I feel like also too, like if I love a book and a movie comes out, I'm like, it didn't live up to the expectation, but I'm still not going to want anyone to talk bad about it.
Right. And you know what? It's never going to be what you pictured, and that's the beauty of a book. It's your imagination also. But, you know, I think
we should go watch it together.
Yes, we'll watch it. We'll report back. It's actually going to be here sooner than we think.
And if you guys haven't watched our previous episodes, we did read it together, so you can definitely... Actually, I don't know.
We read It Ends With Us, but I don't think we did it for the pod.
We didn't do it for the pod, but I know we put it as one of our favorites for the year.
Yes.
So it did rank high for us, but if you didn't read it, definitely go read it.
Yes, and we have talked about it, I think, throughout other episodes. So
we must have,
we just can't let it go. We should have like a day just
I'm
talking about
we didn't do it on the pod.
Maybe when it comes up for the movie, we'll like dissect the book a little bit, but definitely 5s across the board.
Honestly, it's a book I would reread.
100%. 100%. Well, guys, don't forget to check out Nadine's episode dropping at 12 today. We are so thankful for you all. We hope you loved our double episode day. Give us a thumbs up. Amanda, do you want to plug our socials, honey?
Yes. If you are watching on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe. We're also on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at Book Please Podcast. And then you can also find us on Twitter/X at Book Please Pod. Thanks, guys.
Bye.